Okay, California sparkling wines are wines that are made in a very similar style to Champagne, in which your typical grape varieties that are going to be used are Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. Also, there is some plantings and producers that use a significant amount of Pinot Meunier. So very similar in the sense that the three grapes are used. The key for quality sparkling wine production outside of Champagne is where the second fermentation, which is the fermentation that creates the bubbles for Champagne or sparkling wine, is done in the bottle. That is the more labor-intensive way of doing it. It is the traditional method, or méthode traditionnelle. It sets the bubbles in the bottle for Champagne. There are other methods of production that are less labor intensive, and typically the quality level is not as high as whenever you have or when you don't have the second fermentation in the bottle. Typically, New World or California sparkling wines will have a significantly different flavor profile from the Champagne region, most times because of the soil that the grapes are grown in. Champagne is very unique and it's a very high chalk content in its soil. So producing sparkling wines in California, generally you lack the extreme chalk-driven soil content for growing the grapes, but they still offer some very nice offerings as well, where you typically tend to get more fruit flavor character to come through, be it more of the apple or pear type of flavors coming through. They typically don't have as much of the mineral character coming through on the palate, but they offer sometimes more full flavors. They can be made in a range of styles, from being fermented in oak barrels to where you get more of that oaky with either honey or vanilla or butter character coming through on the wines. So sparkling wines made from the traditional method, or in the traditional method from California, can offer some very fine examples of sparkling wine, just not made in the Champagne region, and therefore they can't carry the Champagne designation on the label. So producers, I think probably one of my favorite sparkling wine producers from California is a well-known house of Schramsberg, located in the Napa Valley. Excellent producers of Blanc de Blanc, which is something that you can find in a lot of restaurants and retail outlets. They also make a excellent rosé, sparkling rosé that I'm very fond of. And another house I think that probably offers the best value for the price point with their just brut style sparkling is Roeder, which is in the Anderson Valley in Mendocino, so farther north in California. Their vineyards are planted at higher elevation, so the acidity and the crisp character of the wine is personally enticing to me for the warmer climate and for its refreshing nature.